Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to be with you today. I'm Regis Louis. I'm the Vice President of Cloud Strategy for EMEA. And today we're going to cover how your ISV solution can really benefit the most from the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Now, I was reading a very recent report from IDC stating that 77% of the ISV applications in Europe are still on-premise. But 93%, so a vast majority, are on their way today to move to the cloud. To move to the cloud either as an option for deploying this ISV solution as a cloud-based solution, or changing completely the business model and making it available as a SaaS offering, for instance. Now, whatever model, this path to the cloud might involve various different types of migration options. So I see ISVs today either taking their existing application on-premise and rehosting in the cloud, just as is on top of infrastructure as a service. Other options are to take this application, but taking advantage of moving to the cloud to re-platform the application, meaning that's the lift and shift, plus taking advantage of the platform services such as database as a service, for instance. We also see options where ISVs are taking their application and refactoring it into the cloud, meaning rewriting some bits and pieces of the application using cloud native, deploying this application through containers, things of that nature. And we see the full extreme, which is to rewrite completely the application for the cloud using cloud native or low code type of platform for making a brand new cloud application. So whatever option you are going through right now to move to the cloud, there are some key criteria that you need to take into account as you are selecting the cloud platform you want to move towards. A couple of criteria that I would highlight here. First of all, the choice of a cloud platform that provide true enterprise readiness. You want your solution to be in an environment that has the highest level of security, the highest level of performance, the highest reliability. So you need to make sure that you're selecting a platform having all these attributes. Second criteria is the cost of the migration and effort of the migration of your on-premise to the cloud. Also, the cost of acquisition, meaning the cost of each and every services that you will be using in the cloud, but also the cost of operating the solution once in the cloud, the cost of patching, the cost of operating the whole environment. A third criteria is the openness and reversibility. You don't want to adopt a cloud platform where you are going to be locked in. You want to make sure you have an option to go back to on-prem or go back to another cloud. And finally, you want a cloud platform that has the largest reach for customers, meaning a platform that has data centers like all over the world so that your customers all over the world can adopt your solution. And those are really the criteria we've used as well when we have been engineering Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. We have introduced very strong differentiation within OCI. And as you are moving your solution to Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, this differentiation becomes the differentiation of your own solution. Let's look at a few of these differentiation. Well, first of all, we've spent a lot of time on the security aspect when designing OCI. We have done like physical isolation between the tenants, a no trust infrastructure where no one can actually see the data, with a full encryption end-to-end for your data, either in transit or either addressed, and a whole load of capabilities to provide core to edge security type of functionalities. So a very secure environment, that provides the highest level of security for your application and the data of your customers. Second is that we've spent a lot of effort on the performance aspect of OCI. Through this brand new architecture and compute and network, we are able to provide the highest level of performance, either in CPUs or in GPUs, for highly transactional type of applications, for high performance computing applications, and so on. But not only we are able to provide the highest level of raw performance, but we also provide a performance that is consistent. Meaning we are not doing any oversubscription of network, oversubscription of compute. All the performance that you get is the full performance of what you have access to. And not only we are able to provide this consistent performance, but we're also able to guarantee it by service level agreements, by contract, which is unique in the industry. And performance in the cloud translates directly into economics. When you are able to do 3 times as much in 1 minute, if you're billed by the minute, you're paying 3 times less. So that solutions provide the best price performance ratio, but also going through the economics, we've seen that some ISVs have been surprised to see the cost of moving to the cloud, some costs they did not anticipate. For instance, the cost of data egress, meaning it's free to bring data to the cloud, but you have to pay when you bring data from the cloud. We've taken here decisions to make this data egress free, up to 10 terabytes of data a month, and after that being a flat fee, which is extremely differentiated versus the competition and provides a substantial economical model. Now, another thing we've done, and no surprise here, is that we have really optimized the Oracle Cloud for the Oracle database. We've not taken the decision to build a different version of the database in the cloud. This is the exact same Oracle database that you have on premise, available in the cloud with all the same functionalities, on top of which we have added a lot of automation, and the database is able to really benefit from all the underpinning infrastructure capabilities. So on the Oracle Cloud, that's the only cloud that provides autonomous database, where the database is able to patch itself, where it's able to tune itself. That leads to much lower cost in terms of operations. That's the only cloud you'll find Exadata Cloud Service as an optimized database for the best performance. That's the only cloud you will find high availability for the Oracle database through RAC, Real Application Cluster. That's the only cloud that offers auto scaling, and so on and so forth. So you'll see that the Oracle database also offers the easiest path to the cloud, given that we have also services to migrate your data from on-premise to the cloud with a zero downtime migration service. So the best cloud for running your Oracle database workload. And finally, we've really spent time to design the Oracle Cloud with multi-cloud in mind. We've designed it so that it is fully interoperable with other clouds, so that your customers adopting the Oracle Cloud can also interconnect this cloud with other solutions, other cloud providers they might already have adopted. We went even further. We have a direct connection with Microsoft Cloud. We've done a technology partnership with Microsoft to interconnect Azure and OCI directly to really simplify the way to deploy this multi-cloud type of architecture. We've also done partnership with VMware, so you can take your VMware workload for your solution and move it as is to the Oracle Cloud natively on top of this infrastructure. So as you can see, a whole load of differentiation here at the infrastructure level. But when you are taking your ISV solution, moving into the cloud, we're not just talking about infrastructure, compute, network, storage. But we're also talking about services around security, around governance, around data. We've talked about the Oracle database, but also MySQL, NoSQL, and all the different services to manage the full life cycle of your data once in the cloud, from ingestion to data lakes, data warehouses, analytics services, data science services, so the full life cycle of your data. So also all the services to build your next generation of application. All the services around container, Kubernetes, serverless functions, but also services to take some Java EE applications that you might have through WebLogic and move them to the cloud. Also, all the services for integrating services one with another and applications one with another. So that's when your solution is deployed into the cloud, it's very easy to integrate this solution with other applications, either on-premise or in the cloud as well. And finally, it's a whole load of services to really accelerate your innovation in the cloud. Services like low-code platform for developing more rapidly, digital assistants, IoT, and so on. So a whole lot of services that you can include and leverage as part of your ISV solution. Now, we have now deployed this Oracle Cloud and OCI all over the world. We have today 29 regions live around the world, 9 more that are coming up this calendar year. To give you an idea, we are rolling out 1 data center every 23 days in average, which is massive, to really bring these data centers as close as possible to your customers or to your prospects. Now, let me give you a few examples of ISVs in EMEA who have adopted the Oracle Cloud. Well, the first one is Mestec. They have a solution in SaaS for manufacturing, and they've moved from on-premise to the cloud. And by doing so, and by adopting the Oracle Cloud, they've managed to get 600% performance improvement by adopting the Oracle Autonomous Database. And given that your Autonomous Database is autonomous, given that it patches itself, they have been able to really improve their service levels for their end customers by having like 0 downtime patching. So not having to stop any instances every time they were updating their environment. They also adopted a multi-cloud environment where they have some Microsoft assets that are deployed on the Microsoft Cloud and Oracle assets deployed on the Oracle Cloud, all together connected through this interconnect solution between the Microsoft and the Oracle Cloud. Our second example is the AgroScout in Israel. It's a startup working in the agriculture type of industry. They have a very innovative solution with a drone that is flying over the field to check whether there are any crop disease in the field. And as the drone is flying over, it's taking a whole load of pictures, and these pictures are being analyzed in real time through machine learning and artificial intelligence algorithms deployed on the Oracle Cloud. By adopting the Oracle Cloud, AgroScout, they managed to get 30x performance improvement on all this real-time analysis versus their previous deployment. A third example is SnapTech. Again, a very innovative solution where with the SnapTech solution, you are able to take a picture of an item, and then the systems provides you where you could actually buy such item. And this is relying on artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms deployed to the Oracle Cloud. They have rehosted their solution from another environment to the Oracle Cloud. They've managed to get 40% reduction in terms of their hosting cost. But even more importantly, given that they are making a lot of changes, a lot of innovations to this application, they have really improved their time to market by reducing by 5x their deployment time. And the final example I wanted to highlight here is Agilab in France. They have a solution for laboratories in life science. They happen to have deployed their solution on AWS before, and they decided to move to the Oracle Cloud. And by doing so, they got 2x performance improvement. But not only that, they also got 25% cost reduction versus their previous deployment. In addition, their solution is in a fairly high compliance, a highly regulated type of industry. They've managed to have a better customer experience with better security compliance to these regulations. And there are plenty of these stories that we could spend a lot of time going over. But I just want to make sure that as far as you understand, you as an ISV, that you can really rely on Oracle to provide you with all the technical resources to help you adopt the Oracle Cloud, either technical material, technical resources, technical experts to help you move your application to the Oracle Cloud. Also, some commercial resources to help you optimize the way you can benefit from the Oracle Cloud. And also a lot of things that we can do together as a joint GTM, either publishing your solution to our marketplace, doing some joint marketing, joint branding. So many different things we can do to work together. And I highly encourage you to contact either Oracle representative looking after you so you can discuss all these different resources that we can provide to support your deployment to OCI. I'm very much looking forward to working with you all and making sure that we can count you as part of our whole ISV ecosystem that is today benefiting from the Oracle Cloud. Thank you.